Hello, welcome to 13 Universal Learning Beyond Barriers, and we are going to continue with A level A level CIE Biology, all topics, series 4. This is all topics series 4, and I am Shedro. So get ready, get your pen, writing pad. Let's dive in. Come on. Now it says which changes occur as sucrose is transferred from leaves into the phlegm tube. You can see that tubes to be transported to a sink. Which changes occurs, right? So when you move sucrose, I want you to pause this video and then try to work on it. Is that okay? So if you move sucrose from a leaf, remember that leaf is source. Okay, let's assume that um this is phlegm tube. Is that okay? Guys, remember this is phlegm tube, right? And then of course it's made up of vessel elements. Okay, the vessel elements. Remember, this is of course what I'm drawing now is the sieve plate with pores. Sieve plate with pores, right? That's sieve pores. Okay. Now, okay, just not waste much time. So that's phlegm, all right, tube vessel with sieve vessel element. Of course, this is a component cell here, and that is the sink. So this is a sink. Okay. Yes, that's companion cell. Okay. All right. Now here we have companion cell also. Can you see that? And then we have source. This is source cell. This S here, S C. Let me call it source cell. Okay. Source cell. And this is also companion cell C. Okay. So don't forget that companion cell, the role of companion is to load sucrose from source cell into sieve tube element. So the question says which changes occur as sucrose is transferred from leaves into sieve tubes to be transferred to a sink. Now, when you move sucrose from here, remember that sucrose is solute. When you move sucrose solute into the sieve tube, this is sieve tube, right? Element. All right, what happens to the water potential here? So water potential here will decrease. That means it becomes more negative. All right, low water potential means more negative, so it can be A, it can be B, is between C and D. Less negative means high water potential, right? More negative means low water potential. So when you move in sucrose into this place here, from here to here, here, right? The water potential will decrease because solute potential is increasing. Remember, both of them are indirect proportional. So as solute potential increases, water potential will decrease. Okay, so more negative, volume of liquid. Now, what happens as you move in sucrose here? Okay, water potential decreases. So because water potential decreases, water moves from neighboring tissues, okay, into the sieve tube, from high concentration to low, high potential to low potential by osmosis. Is that okay? So water is going to move in. All right, and then when water moves in, what happens is that the volume of the phlegm sap increases there. That's what is going on there. It's going to increase. Okay, the volume of the cell sap just increases. Okay, here. So the answer must be D. So but you see, if it is here, if you move out sucrose, if it is sink, move out sucrose here, the water potential will increase because you're moving sucrose from sieve tube into the sink. So water potential will increase, becomes less negative, and then water will leave by osmosis. So that means it's going to be less negative, and the volume will decrease. So if they had changed this and said that which changes occur as sucrose is transferred from leaves into sieve tubes, okay, if that said from sieve tubes into sink, would have chosen this answer. Okay, All right, but this is the answer now because once you move it from here to here, to components in here, lowers water potential becomes more negative, and the water moving, so the volume increases. So the answer is D. Don't mind the option is typo. So the answer is D, delta D. Okay. All right, let's go to question 2. The graph shown does not have any axis label. That's the graph here. All right, so let's what they're asking us. So which row shows appropriate labels for the axis that would explain the mass flow? Okay, so the mass flow, remember that mass flow is due to hydrostatic pressure. Okay, so which one affects which one? Is it distance from the sink or from the source? Don't forget that, guys, that sucrose moves from source to sink. Do you get? All right, so just this is phlegm vessel. So we have of course, like I drew in the other question, I don't want to repeat it here. Is that okay? So don't forget that normally sucrose is loaded in the source, in the sieve tube element at the source, and that causes increase in the volume of phlegm sap. And once the volume of the phlegm sap increases here, okay, once it increases, once you load sucrose here, the volume increase. How? Sucrose lowers water potential. Water moves from neighboring source into the sieve tube element. Okay, so the volume will increase here. That causes increase in hydrostatic pressure. All right, but here we move out sucrose, so water potential increases. Water moves out by osmosis, and then the volume decreases. So we have low hydrostatic pressure. So we have high hydrostatic pressure here, sieve tube by the source, low hydrostatic pressure. All right, so what really affects each other? Is it distance? Because it's going to move from source to sink. Distance from sink, no, is this not going to be the answer because it's moving from source to sink. All right, hydrostatic pressure, distance from the sink shouldn't be there. All right, remember that whatever that's going to be on x-axis must be the independent variable. So that's what is affecting the other. Whatever that is on the y-axis, what is being affected. Okay, look at it. This is distance from source. Hydrostatic pressure. Which one affects which one? Does hydrostatic pressure affect distance from source, or does distance from source affect hydrostatic pressure? So it's between C and D. What do you think? What do you think? Which one should affect which one? Okay, I think that distance from the source affects hydrostatic pressure. Okay, so you see that as distance from the source is increasing, hydrostatic pressure will actually decrease because there'll be more distance to travel to transport phlegm sap. Okay, so if the source was here, okay, you can see that it will have a shorter distance, so the hydrostatic pressure will be high. But now is here is going to reduce. So as distance from the source increases, hydrostatic pressure will decrease. Okay, so C should be the answer. All right. Yeah. So what is present in blood in human veins? Yeah, chloride ions, carbonic anhydrase. All right, which of them is correct? Guys, watch. Remember that in human veins, the blood is deoxygenated, right? Deoxygenated blood has chloride ions. Why? Because in the capillary, remember in the capillary, that something happened. Okay, there was what called chloride shift. It is capillary. Okay, this is capillary. This is red blood cell. Okay, inside capillary. Pardon me. These are tissues. Right. Oh, sorry. This is tissue. These are tissues. Remember that capillary act as site of exchange. Okay. So remember that CO2 diffuse in here. Okay, and then of course carbonic anhydrase, which is the enzyme, converts CO2 to carbonic acid, which dissociates to form hydrogen ion and carbonate ion. Is that okay? So but see, carbonate ion will move out and chloride ion will move in. That's chloride shift. So that's how chloride ion gets into the blood. Then carbonic anhydrase is always in the blood because it's in the red blood cells. It helps to catalyze the formation of carbonic anhydrase, carbonic acid, all right, by combining CO2 and water. You get is there. So oxyhemoglobin is also there. So the oxygenated blood does not mean there's no presence of oxyhemoglobin. It just means it has low amount of oxygen. So three of them are in the blood in human veins. All veins transport deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood will have chloride ion due to chloride shift. Carbonic anhydrase is always there because it's in the red blood cell. Okay, oxyhemoglobin will also be there because deoxygenated blood also has some amount of oxygen, though low amount. Okay, so the answer is what? A. Three of them will be there. All right, the photomicrograph shows two blood vessels P and Q. Both these blood vessels are part of a network which transports blood around the body. Okay, let's see. Okay, beautiful. All right, so let's see the question. So which role is correct for blood vessel P, blood vessel Q? Now, guys, pause this video and try it. Pause this video and try it. But if you check this vessel, you can see that this vessel has thicker wall. Thick wall, okay? This has thin wall and has very large, wide lumen, okay? Is wider, okay? So if you check, this looks like an artery. Artery has thicker walls, okay? This looks like a vein. Of course, they have thin wall and large lumen, okay, or wide lumen, right? Now, but if you remember the pathway through which blood flows, remember the pathway that we have, of course, blood moves from the heart, okay? So this is H is from the heart, blood passes from the heart to the artery. So artery carries blood away from the heart. Let me call it AR, artery. Then blood from the artery goes into a smaller artery called arterial. Okay, arterial, let me call arterial ART. Okay, so from arterial, blood goes to capillary. Let me call capillary C. So capillary is C here. So blood from capillary goes to smaller veins called venule. Let me call it VE. Venule is VE. Is that okay? Come with me. And then from smaller vein, blood goes to bigger veins. Okay. So we call it V. So from bigger vein, it returns the blood to the heart again. Do you get? So that's the pathway. All right. So blood from the heart goes to artery, from artery to arterial, from arterial to capillary, where exchange occurs. From capillary returns down to venule, from venule to vein, from vein to the heart. All right. So they said, which role is correct for blood vessel P and blood vessel Q? Okay, let's go to A. A says carries blood into arterial. Okay. Now, if P is a vein, veins don't carry blood into arterial. So arterial, okay, carries blood into veins or venule by passing into the capillary. So that's why A is wrong. B says carries blood into arterial. The same thing, that's wrong. C says carries blood from venule. Yeah, it's possible. If Q, if P, where's P? If P is vein, all right? If it's vein, okay, vein receives blood from venule. This is venule, okay? So this makes sense. Venule moves blood to the vein. Okay, so this carries blood from venule. This is venule. This is vein. So C makes sense. Let's check the other one, part of C, concerning Q. Carries blood into arterial. Okay, remember that artery will carry blood into arterial. Venule will carry blood into vein. Do you get? Artery carries blood into arterial. That is for Q. Venule carry blood into, okay, veins receives blood, all right, from the venues. That carries blood from venues. So veins, all right, carry blood from venues. Arteries carry blood into arterials. So simply sounds perfect, guys. Now this says carries blood from venue. B, and this carries blood from venue. Of course, you look at carries blood from no. Arteries don't carry blood from venues. Okay, so C is the answer. Check it out. We don't know what you think is the answer. All right, chat us. All right, let's go to the next question. Please remember to share these videos. Let your friends know about 30 universal. Of course, more questions are coming from other subjects, sciences and art subjects. So get ready for us. The diagram shows number 5. The diagram shows a blood capillary and the tissue fluid which surrounds it. Okay, look at it, guys. Yeah, I want you to try this question. The tissue fluid is formed when blood and solutes from blood plasma pass through tiny gaps in the capillary wall. Most tissue fluid is then returned to the blood in the capillary wall. Which pressures will be needed at point W, X, Y, and okay, so that this system can function? Okay, pause the video and try to solve this question. All right, try to solve this question, my people. But let's look at it now. This is the arterial end, this is venous end. At the arterial end, the blood pressure in capillary, okay, is greater than the blood pressure in tissue fluid. That is why tissue fluid is forced out of capillary through the endothelial pores. So Z should be greater than W. So where is Z? That's Z. Which option shows us that Z is greater than W? Z, okay, option B and option A, right? Yeah, Z is greater than W for option A, and Z is greater than W option B. If we check C, Z is less than that, and also D. So we eliminate C and D. Let's focus on A and B, because blood pressure here inside the arterial, inside the artery, this is artery, at the arterial end should be greater than the blood pressure in the tissue fluid, so that the tissue fluid can be forced out. Okay, so focus on A and B. Okay, if you come to the artery, this is blood capillary, sorry, blood capillary, the venous end. Okay, the pressure here, this x should be greater than y, so that some tissue fluid can move back into capillary. Some tissue fluid should return back into blood circulation. So x should be greater than y. So which option between A and B would we have? X greater than y. A says 26. No, x not greater. X greater. Yeah, it's B. X is greater than y here. So blood pressure here should be greater than here, so that tissue fluid can move back. But here, pressure here should be greater than here, so that it can move out and then it can move out back. So when tissue fluid moves out, it bats the tissues. It has to return back to circulation. So pressure here should be greater than pressure here. So B explains that. All right, and that is it. B. All right, let's run. What happens during ventricular systole in a mammalian heart? So what happens? Remember, aortic pressure increases, atrioventricular valves open. Okay, so what happens? Now, my people, I think I did this one with the topicals on animal transport. Watch this. Okay, remember this graph, atrial, okay, and then this is ventricular, this is left side of the heart, and then of course this is diastole, okay, and of course this is what is it called, aorta. Okay, let me start from here. Okay, is lower until we start getting down here. Okay, so this is seminal valve is here. So here atrioventricular valve, okay, close, seminal valve open, okay, seminal valve close here, atrioventricular valve open here. Okay, just pardon me. A says, so what happens during ventricular systole? This is from here to here, that's ventricular systole. The pressure is increasing. Okay, all right, what happens there? Aortic pressure increases, yes, because blood moves from the ventricle, from, for example, here, from left ventricle into aorta. Okay, So you can see that the blood in aorta is the one here, the one below. Okay, the pressure there increases. Of course, by the time it gets here, all right, is now greater than the one in left ventricle, because the left ventricle is now beginning to relax. Okay, so A makes sense. But look at B, atrioventricular valve open. Now atrioventricular valve close here. They close here, so that blood does not flow back to the atria. Is that okay? So B is wrong. Seminal valve closed. No, seminal valve will open. So blood flows into aorta, okay, and into what is it called? Pulmonary artery. Okay. So these two are wrong. Ventricular pressure decreases. Nope. When ventricle is contracting, the pressure is rising, rising, rising. So the only one that makes sense is aortic pressure, because the blood is moving from ventricle into aorta. Do you understand? Left ventricle to aorta. So the pressure in the blood, entering the aorta causes increases in aorta. All right. So that is why A is the answer, guys. Guys, let's do this one. The photomicrograph shows a part of the human gas exchange system with one tissue labeled P. Come on, guys. Now, which rule is correct? Okay. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Solve this question. Show me what you have. Okay. Now, this is gas exchange. Now, I'm going to. I remember that we didn't do video on gas exchange for topics, but don't worry, it's coming. It's coming to the pipeline. Okay. But watch this. Look at this. This is a bronchial. It doesn't have cartilage. Can you see? This is smooth muscle. Okay, it occupies most of the spaces because there's no cartilage. P is smooth muscle. It's a bronchial. So if you see bronchos, nope. Bronchos has cartilage. There's no cartilage here. Of course, the inner wall here is folded a lot. So it's bronchial, C or D. So what is the role of smooth muscle? Regulate the amount of air reaching the lungs. Yes, because during inhalation, smooth muscle relaxes so that the airway dilates, so that more air reaches the alveolus. It doesn't provide support and prevent collapse. That's exactly it's not a major function of that, all right, though it might help, but the major function is this is for cartilage. It doesn't have cartilage. Okay, all right, so that is C. Let's go to number 8. How many times must a molecule of oxygen pass through a cell surface membrane as it diffuses from air space inside an alveolus through a cell in the capillary wall to bind to molecule of hemoglobin? Okay, how many times? Try this. How many times? Okay, let me show you. Pause the video and try it. Now, guys, come with me. Let's look at how it works. Pardon me, these cells are supposed to be very, very flat, and I'm trying to draw the endothelial cells of what? Okay, no, not the epithelial cells, squamous epithelial cells of alveolus. Okay, so now this is the endothelial cells of capillary. You can see. Yeah, let's look at this again. Come with me. Okay, make sure you are there. Make sure you are there. So now that's capillary that we're trying to draw. Okay, make sure you are there. Come with me, come with me, come with me, come with me. Make sure you are there. Make sure you are there. All right, that's it, guys. Now watch. This is capillary. But don't forget that the capillary contains red blood cell. Red blood cell is inside capillary here, squeezing through because it's almost the same size as lumen. And hemoglobin is inside red blood cell. Do you see where the guy is hiding? And he's hiding there saying, "Oxygen, where are you? I've been waiting for you. I want to give you a ride. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go for a ride." So he's here calling on oxygen. Oxygen is ready for the ride. Oxygen is time for the ride. Now watch. Oxygen is moving from this is the alveolus, right? So the alveolar air has hypersharp pressure of oxygen. Oxygen is high here. So it's low down there. Remember, this blood is flowing. All right. as the oxygenated blood, what's going to become oxygenated. So oxygen is moving from here into the, so it's going to pass. They said how many times must a molecule of oxygen pass through cell surface membrane as it diffuses from the airspace inside an alveolus. So from here it will pass. This is one, this is two, this is a membrane two, because it will enter one, come out two, enter this one three, come out four, and then enter that of the red blood cell. That's five. Did you get it? Okay, let me take it again. It's going to cross here. This is one. Watch this. It will pass through this one, enter this cell. Do you get? Okay, diffuse, and then come out. This is two. Okay, then you enter here three, come out four, enter red blood cell five, where it combines with hemoglobin. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 is the answer. The answer is C. Don't mind the typo error. C, it's not the 5. Okay, but if they have said phospholipid bilayer, you know that it's going to be 10, because one cell membrane is 2 bilayers. Okay, all right, sorry, is a bilayer. A bilayer is 2, so that means 1 is 2 layers of phospholipid. Okay, 5 will be 10, but it just says cell membrane. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Let's go with 5. A student wrote 4 statements about cholera. Which statement is not correct? Okay, let's listen. Pause this video and try it. Which statement is not correct, guys? So it can be controlled by vaccination. Yep, vaccination can help. That's why people are giving vaccination. Children are giving vaccination when they are born. All right, to stimulate their immune system, to have memory cells ready. So A is correct. B says it is caused by bacteria spread by ingestion. Yes, oral mouth. Okay, fecal oral route. Okay, so when people eat it, many people drink water or eat food that is contaminated by the feces of an infected person. They get this. Now HIV increases the risk of infection. Yes, how? HIV weakens the immune system. So when it weakens the immune system, people can easily get infected. So HIV could also cause opportunistic infection. Now it's possible that cholera is an opportunistic infection. That's why this could be correct. It may be transmitted by animal vectors. No, there's no animal vector that carries cholera. It's oral fecal route from either ingested contaminated food, all right, or drink or water. Okay, water contaminated, but that's the mode of transmission. All right, so D is quite wrong, guys. Yes, wrong about cholera. Now number 10, monoclonal antibodies are produced using hybridoma method. What are removed from the spleen of a mouse to produce monoclonal antibodies? What are removed there? Come on, let's do it. What do we remove? Antigen, clones, lymphocytes, myeloma. What do you remove? Okay, what you remove from spleen is actually a B lymphocyte, a plasma cell. All right, because once you inject the antigen into the mammal, an immune system occurs, sorry, immune response occurs, and then form plasma cells. The plasma cells basically, okay, they're lymphocytes, so they are now fused with myeloma to form hybridoma. So this is what we remove there. Okay, C. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed yourself. You can watch this video again, pass your comment. Thank you so much. Please share our videos, please invite your friends, make comments. Okay, see you in series 5. Thank you, bye.